As you know, I never speak in public. One-on-one. Got it? Like I said, I really never speak in public, so I'm just going to make this really quick. And it's just, with a lot of people here, and it's supposed to be here. I want to tell Nachman Seltzer, I've known Eitan Agoric for a lot longer than you have. I was in second grade with Eitan Agoric. We went from Yeshiva Flatbush to MTA to Neve to Ramat Shemesh. Eitan once said to me, he always followed me. And every day I sit behind Eitan Agoric in the shiur, and I see his head in front of me, and it's inspiring. And I want to thank Eitan for that. There's a lot of inspiring people in here, Reb Eli, that I want to thank. I want to thank Reb Eli, what he's done for me and my family. I don't think there's anybody in this world that's done more for me, my family, my kids, more than Reb Eli and MDY. It's on a pretty high level. I'm not going to go into details now, but it's really amazing, and I really feel blessed to be here. But I'm really not here to talk about myself. I'm not here to talk about anybody else. I'm really here to talk about, to me, who I think is the biggest tzaddik in this room. I'm here to talk about, or really just introduce, who I think is the biggest tzaddik in this room. Is my son Shmuel Fein, who's sitting over there. And I want to introduce him. I want to bring him up. And my wife is here. And I know she's shopping a lot of nachas. And I want to thank everybody for being here. The MDY family. It's really family. You should all know Shmuel brought in his Zaidi, my wife's father, who's also a Kohen, into the MDY family. My father, who lives in Modine, he sits on the Daf every morning. So you have 3 generations on both sides doing the Daf. And I don't know if there's anything else that would have been able to accomplish that. So I had other things to say, I'll be honest with you, but my mind is just exploding with ideas. But I'm just going to give over the mic to Shmuel the Tzaddik.
I really don't know what this is about. I'm going to try and top all the other speakers. I was asked to speak at the Siyum in the beginning. I was pretty skeptical about speaking. Obviously, I gave in at the end, as here I am. Now the question is, what am I going to speak about? Torah isn't really my strong suit, and I'm not the type to give you the Torah or anything like that. But I would like to give you all a little insight on what I've been experiencing the past month. I'll start with the lesson I learned a while back that stuck with me throughout the years and helped me tremendously throughout this past month. I came across a YouTube video of a graduation ceremony in the University of Texas. There was an incredible speech given by Admiral William Harry McRaven. In his speech, he talks about his experience as a Navy SEAL. He goes over 10 lessons that he learned over his years of training that still stick with him throughout his life post-army.
5 pages. I don't think I have enough storage.
No, there's. Although those 10 lessons inspired me to make significant changes to my life, there's one lesson that stuck with me through the years that really played its part this past month while doing the Daf. I want to share this lesson with you because I feel like this is one of those things that I've used to help me overcome certain things that I don't particularly find easy. He talks about making your bed. I'm sure you're probably wondering, what does making your bed have to do with the Daf? As Admiral William Harry McRaven says in his speech, during training every morning as they got out of bed, the first thing that they'd have the trainees do was make their beds. The commanders would inspect every inch of the bed to make sure it was up to their standards. They even flipped the coin on the mattress and popped it, and if the coin popped back up, they knew the sheets were nice and snug. Now, why am I telling you this? I remember the first day I did the Daf. My dad texted me the night before making sure I was ready to wake up and head to MDY. In my head, I was ready. Have in mind, I'm used to sleeping till 1 in the afternoon. Anyway, Anyway, I went to sleep. I set my alarm for 6:50. The first thing I texted my dad when I woke up in the morning was,
21.
Can I go back to sleep? Do I have to go? He responded something that really reminded me of the story, Make Your Bed. He responded, and I quote, "Go to the shiur, go home, and go back to sleep." I responded that I would think about it. I replied a couple minutes later, and I had decided that I want to go back to sleep. He goes on about how the first day is always the hardest. He said, just get to the shir, have the coffee, go home, take a nap. After I thought about it for a bit, I realized if I went to the daf, I wouldn't have energy to go visit my friend who was at the hospital. I'd just be too tired to do both. My friend was in an induced coma at the time, and I really wanted to be with him. Nobody was sure what was going on with him, but we really knew we needed miracles. I asked my dad which is more important. Should I go visit my friend at the hospital, or should I go to the shir? He said go to the shir. I said, what if he dies today? Like, what would I do then? He guaranteed me that he won't. It was a pretty good guarantee. I made it clear to him that I was on 0 hours of sleep, and the odds of me falling asleep in Reb Stefanski were pretty high. As you may have guessed, I got up and I made it to the shir. I walked up the stairs to MDY and I couldn't believe it. It was packed. So many people wake up every morning for this. Now I was curious what all the hype was about. I walked in, there's like 4 coffee machines with plenty of coffee and tea for everyone. I wait my turn, get my coffee, and sit down next to my dad. I'm still not too sure what I'm doing here. Then Rav Eli walks in. Good morning, Rabbi Isai. The shir started. I was doing the daf. I'll be honest, I don't remember exactly what the first shir was about, but I know I didn't fall asleep. I found myself genuinely interested. It was pretty cool to be in an environment that I never thought I'd see myself in, let alone being interested in. Though the Gemara isn't necessarily easy, I was able to understand most of what was going on during the shir. The topics were interesting, and overall I couldn't have asked for a better opportunity to start something that I never thought I'd get into, let alone enjoy waking up in the morning for it. I found that this whole experience really relates to the story of Make Your Bed. For the past couple of years, I came across the video. I've been making my bed every single morning. It became something that I don't even need to think about anymore. I wake up in the morning and I make my bed to perfection. It's that simple. I wanted to relate my speech because I feel like a lot of people have reached out to me during the past month telling me I'm some sort of inspiration or whatever. As I'm honored to receive all your messages, I want you all to know that you too can be that inspiration. We're not any different. I'm not a celebrity. I don't have any special talents. I'm just a dude who makes his bed in the morning. And just like I wake up every day in the morning to make my bed, you too can wake up and do the daf. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the people that really inspired me through this incredible and yes, not ending journey. I first want to start with Rabbi Stefanski. The energy and passion you put into the shir every morning is absolutely incredible. I don't think if the shir was given any other way would I be able to keep up. So thank you for the opportunity to connect to Torah in a way I haven't connected before. Next, I would like to thank a true legend in the MDY community, Fishel Gross. He's sleeping. He's definitely sleeping. For those of you who know Fishel, you know the amount of chesed this man does is unbelievable. When I first started the daf at the beginning of Taanis, Fishel happened to be in the country, so I had the opportunity to meet him on the first day of doing the daf. I won't forget that he showed up late though. Anyway, the shir finished and Fishel asked me if I'm staying for Shacharis. He told me if I stayed, he'd take me out to breakfast. Sadly, I told him I couldn't. I had to make it to the hospital. He said, don't worry, stay for Shacharis, put on tefillin, we'll go for breakfast, and I'll get you to the hospital on time. Finally, I gave in. The only problem was, I didn't have tefillin, and I'm not even sure I remembered how to put them on. Luckily, a friend of mine, Baruch, who has been doing the daf for a while now, he was there and he guided me step by step. After Shacharis, we went for breakfast and we made it to the hospital on time. That's just one little Fishel story, and there's many more. Fishel, I can honestly say without your guidance, encouragement, and love, I would not have been able to get through this month, and I genuinely thank you from the bottom of the heart. Last but not least, I want to thank my dad for being the biggest pain in my butt the last month. Always making sure there's hot water in the morning so I can feel energized before doing the daf. always making sure I was up on time, though my mom is the one who called me every morning at 7 a.m. to wake me up. But consistently being there throughout everything this past month, I think this experience definitely made our father-son bond a lot stronger, and for that I'm thankful. I'd like to end with this. Over the last 9 years or so, I've really struggled with a lot when it comes to Yiddishkeit, as I know so many do. If you would have told me at any point that I would one day put on tefillin again, never mind be learning the Daf, I'd think you're insane. I would say baby steps, but this month has really been like a giant leap, like one giant step. I'm really thankful for the support of my immediate friends and family, as well as the support I've reached from strangers. I don't know where this will lead, but I'll tell you this. Never give up on anyone who is struggling. Show them love, show them support. Don't judge them, and give them the time and space they need to heal. Miracles can and will happen.
I'm happy you were the keynote speaker, what can I say? What a way to end.